Hi, my name is Joshua Li. I'm a fourth generation Chinoy. I'm studying industrial design at Savannah College of Arts and Design. Growing up as a Chinoy, it was important for my parents and especially my grandma that we learn and remember our Chinese heritage. And besides that, something that was really important for us when growing up was that we learn the Chinese language, which is Mandarin and Hokkien. So we grew up learning those, but since we were born here and raised here, we also adopted the Filipino culture, traditions, and value. Even when we were young, we were already exposed to business. And I remember whenever I had free time when I was little, instead of doing kumon like most Chinoys do, my mom would take me to her office where we would do these simple business exercises like calculating for the revenue, the cost, the salaries, the gross profit. But to be honest and to be frank, I probably did not understand half of the things I was learning back then. I never felt pressured by my parents to get high grades, to win competitions, or to join sports clubs. Although I did feel obligated to do well in all of those. So instead of fixating on those, my mom really encouraged me to explore more on my creative side. I learned how to sing, I learned how to play the guitar, the drums, the piano, etc. And at one point, I was also learning digital media. So before dreaming of becoming an industrial designer, I had a lot of dreams, honestly. It kept shifting. But when I learned painting, I remember that experience being so fun, enjoyable, and almost therapeutic because that was the time where I could really express myself, my emotions, my personality into this white and blank canvas, which was somewhat like my own world that I had control of. Back in the days, there was a really trendy game amongst the kids called Minecraft, and that really inspired a lot of children to build almost anything that they fantasize. So it was because of that game, I kind of was inspired at that moment to want to pursue architecture until I reached my high school years in Singapore School, Manila, where I was introduced to a class called Design and Tech. From then on, before I knew what industrial design meant, all I knew was I wanted to do whatever I was doing in that design and tech class, which was to make products. But I never knew what it was called. So when I told that to my mom, she was the one who went to the internet, to Google, and searched and scoured the internet and finding the words industrial design. Another influence for me is a fellow Chinoy industrial designer. Kenneth is a living proof that Chinoys can make it in the creative industry, more specifically the industrial design, and become well recognized at such an international scale. Industrial design is the design process of making physical products to be manufactured and mass-produced. And what we usually do is technical drawing. And when we do technical drawing, that's the point where we are defining and determining the forms, features of a product to be manufactured, assembled in a factory, and then sold to the market. Well, when it comes to my creative process, I think as I learn, it keeps evolving. But something that I noticed that has been constant is when I'm brainstorming, I often look at the existing objects around me. When I'm sitting, when I'm walking, or just browsing the internet even, I really take inspiration from these existing objects. An artist block is something that all of us artists share and something that we all suffer from time to time. I think I can give two solutions or to overcome an artist block. The first one being take a break. Take a step back from your work and maybe drink water, take a walk, breathe, or even go to sleep. Personally, what I would do is I would play video games to get my mind off of what is bothering me or the stress or the problem that I can't solve. And often when I come back to it, maybe in an hour or maybe even the next day, I feel more refreshed and all of a sudden ideas start flowing into my mind. Another solution or way to overcome an art block is to, and I know this sounds counterintuitive, but do nothing. Sometimes your best ideas come to you when you're doing nothing. I think a Chinoy value that I really incorporate into my design is practicality. When I design, I don't design something that's too flashy, too extravagant, too distracting, and unnecessarily complicated. I like to make my designs simplistic and minimalistic because I'm a strong believer in the saying, sometimes less is more. Don't be afraid to explore your hobbies, your interests, your passions. And please do know that it's okay to have more than one. And please do not throw any of them away just because one of them may be more lucrative than the other. This way you can keep your options as open as possible. Don't feel pressured if you don't know who or what you want to become yet. My mom always tells me, life is a continuous learning experience. So every day you might learn something new and you'll never know. Maybe you'll learn something today, tomorrow, a month's time from now, or even a year that would suddenly spark a new passion for you. Hi, my name is Joshua Li. I'm an industrial design student, and this is Chinoy Gallery.